All right, everyone, check out this lesson here. I want to show you how we were able to profit from the drop in the price of Darden Restaurants shares. Darden Restaurants is a company that had been on a very strong upward trend. From September of 2022 to June of 2025, it went up 90%. And since then, it became relatively expensive. And in the week of September 15th, a huge number of investors started selling their shares, and we identified this movement. We identified that investors from all over the world who invest in Darden Restaurants were getting rid of their shares. So what does that show us? It shows that if a large number of investors are getting rid of their shares and their shares are falling, it's losing value week after week. And that's a profit opportunity for us. And that's what we identified and shared here in our club. Basically, this movement here gave us the opportunity to make a sale at $184.73. I didn't own any Darden shares, but I can go into my app, select the stock, DRI, and click sell. Even without owning it? Exactly, even without owning it. Because I'm committing to buying those shares a few weeks from now and delivering them to the person I sold them to today. It's as if you had a store and didn't have the product in stock, but a customer wants to buy from you, and you tell the customer, look, in 4 weeks, 5 weeks, I'll deliver the merchandise to you. So it's exactly the same thing. And here we identified, with this huge selling pressure, with these investors from all over the world selling their shares at lower and lower prices, that we could also make a sale. So we made that fail. It was in a downtrend for 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 weeks. In those 9 weeks, the stock fell almost, actually $14.50, almost 8%. And that what? 8% in 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 weeks. 8% in 2 months. That's how much the shares fell. But since we don't know how far it would fall, we manage the downtrend. We go in there monitoring once a week how this sale of ours is progressing. And so when it got there to 8%, I used a tool called a trailing stop, which is for profit protection. So for profit protection, I said, look, I don't know how low the stock can go, but if it starts to go back up, I want to guarantee 5%. I want to buy back this stock. I don't know how far it will go, but I want to buy it back $10 cheaper. And that will be my profit margin on the sale I made of Darden Restaurants for my client. So I want to make a $10 profit on this sale. So it was already showing a $14 profit. It could have gone to 20 to 30, but I said, let me give the market some room, and I'm going to guarantee 10, okay? I didn't close the trade at 10, I protected it. There's a tool that lets us say, hey, if the price goes back up, I want to close the position to lock in a $10 profit. So that's already guaranteed for me. If you keep falling, I'll keep guaranteeing more and more. And that's what happened. This week, some buying pressure came in. In other words, investors started to see it was cheap and bought the stock. And we exited our position with a 5% profit in 2 months. 5% profit, folks, when a good bond, an American fixed income investment, lending to companies. A good bond pays that in 1 year. We got that in 2 months. This is the value of us buying and selling stocks as a way of having an extra source of income. I didn't have to do anything during those 2 months. I just opened my phone and followed along. My life went on as normal, and that's exactly what we're doing for people who live in more than 14 different countries around the world, who are there together with us in our exclusive club, actively taking advantage of the unique opportunities offered by the American stock market to create a reliable and consistent source of income for themselves and their families. Basically, we're helping all of you in moments like this without disrupting your day, without disrupting your leader. Obviously, this income can give you the quality of life you want, whether you live off just this or not. But in the beginning, people keep working at their jobs and in parallel, as if they were setting up an e-commerce business, but with stocks, They use this tool to have an extra income. $10 per share in profit. Good, right? I want to show you the financials of this. I sold 130 shares at $184.73. That's $24,014. Okay? So basically, that's the value of the position used to make this sale. These 130 shares times $10 gave me a profit of $1,300. So I would invest $24,000 here and I would have made $1,300. Gustavo, could I invest less? You could. You could start investing with as little as $184, okay? If you had only used $184, you would have had a $10 profit. And then you just use multiples, depending on how much cash you have and how much profit you can make from this operation. So that's how the market can fit anyone's budget. We can profit when it goes up and also when it goes down, exactly as I've shown you. That's how we're working with and using the stock market. Relaxed, once a week, looking at it calmly to have this extra source of income. All right? So that's it, everyone. I hope this lesson made it clear. The exact moment, the why and how we sold and bought back, how much was invested and how much profit was made. So you can understand that you too, no matter where you are in the world, can have this second profession using your cell phone. If you like lessons like this, subscribe to our page, turn on notifications, because we have lessons like this every single day. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.